There we
Okay.
go. How are you guys today? Pretty good.
I'm
Do you have?
excited
Why are you excited?
because tomorrow I will do my baseball lesson and go to the Korean clinic and do some many sports massage.
A lot of
Sports
sports
massage?
massage.
Yeah, like
Really?
like I go into a capsule and like it's very hot and twist my body.
What?
Nice.
What?
Is your whole team doing that or just you?
Just me.
Wow, that's so cool.
And why
Yeah.
do you go? Why do you go?
Because I do a very lot of baseball practice, so it can be very tired. So Korean, like sharp.
Oh, acupuncture
Acupuncture?
I
with
think
the needles.
Wow. Acupuncture, cold, hot massage. This sounds amazing. I want to do this. Well, that's because, right? Jawan's a big baseball player. And his team is really good. They just did a very good job in one of the tournaments they were in.
Wow.
And that goes along with what our party's all about today, right? Our favorite hobbies,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I thought we could kind of go around first and talk about our favorite hobbies. Obviously, Jawan, baseball. Ryan, what's your favorite hobby?
I have to think a little.
You have to think a
about
little.
it.
Yes.
All right. Jawan, do you have any other hobbies besides baseball?
Basketball.
Oh,
Oh.
so all sports.
Oh, I like basketball too.
You like to play
Really?
basketball?
Yes.
I like to see all sports: baseball, volleyball, basketball.
You like to watch sports?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. I love to watch sports.
What about hockey? Do you watch hockey?
A little bit.
A little bit. I'm in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian, so hockey is very big in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody likes to watch hockey. In fact, when new people move to Canada, they feel that as part of becoming Canadian, they learn all about hockey.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
hockey's huge here.
hockey is very important in Canada.
Yeah, very important. It used to be soccer wasn't popular at all. Like nobody watched soccer or played soccer. But because we've had so many immigrants from Southeast Asia and from South America, now soccer has become huge as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people really like soccer here too.
Anything else, Ryan? Can you think of any other
I like
sports?
chess.
You like what? Chess?
Yes.
Excellent.
You play a lot of chess?
Yes.
Now, how do you play? Do you play in teams or against other people?
Yes, I do a lot of kind of chess. Like I play with my friends and I go to a chess academy and it's fun.
You go to a chess academy?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I told you before.
Sorry, maybe I forgot. Well, you go to so many academies; it's hard to keep up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
That
so
sounds pretty exciting. Do you win a lot of tournaments?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like one time I got the silver medal.
Wow. You would beat me. I am really bad at chess. I'm really bad. I'm bad at any logic game. I can't play logic games. My brain is not very logical.
Yeah, me neither. I was never good at chess. I'm more of a checkers type of guy.
Okay.
Checkers is fun too.
Yes,
You
check.
like
Yeah.
checkers? Yeah.
Yeah. Do either of you play what's the game Go Badoo?
Yeah, yes, Baduk. Like I
Yeah.
did Baduk well before I did chess, but now
Yeah.
I play chess more than Baduk.
Oh,
What
okay.
isn't Badoo more complicated than chess?
Yeah, so complicated.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone tried to explain it to me once, and I couldn't even understand how to play the game, let alone learn how to play it. So,
I'm
all
so
right, well-
glad you two have common interests. You have a lot of shared interests.
Yes.
Sports and chess and checkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do any of you play a musical instrument?
Oh, I do piano a little.
A little? Do you like it?
I'm good at tanso, Korean traditional instrument.
Oh, I don't know that one.
what is it?
It's like this.
Oh, okay. Like a flute?
That's the hardest like instrument I saw.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
It looks like a recorder, but it doesn't have a mouthpiece. How do you?
Yeah, I make the sound like this.
Oh wow! And
I
did you
had a
take
s- okay.
for that, or do you just or did you just learn by yourself?
Last year in our school we had danzo club and I did that.
Oh.
Wow.
And this year, like I do dance in school.
Yeah, music.
Yeah. I had a student who played the, I don't know how to say this, guys, so help me out. Gayugum? How do you say
Gayagum.
that?
Gayagum. This is
I had a student, she was very well known for playing it. She went to a special high school for music, and she was learning.
Kugak High School.
Probably. It was the most famous high school for music in Seoul. And one time I taught class, and she was practicing in the music rooms, and she took me from room to room and brought me to each one of the students, and they played their instrument for me. It was really cool.
Oh.
What is it? What type of instrument is it?
It's kind of like a harp that's on a piece of wood on the ground, and they pick at it.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Whoa.
Yeah,
But
it has many strings.
Like
But the problem was it was ruining her back because you have to bend over and it can really affect your back. So
Good.
I know with you, Jaewon, with sports, you have to really take special care of your muscles. Are there any other problems your hobbies give you?
no.
I can't think about it because I'm young.
Yeah, you're too young yet. You don't have to worry about sports injuries and so forth. Are your hobbies expensive? Do you have any expensive hobbies?
No.
No?
I think baseball is pretty not like hockey
Yeah.
in Canada is very expensive because the equipment. You have to get skates and a helmet
Helmet, protector.
and a stick and shin guards, and it's all very expensive. So it used to be all Canadian kids were put into hockey, but as soccer became more popular, a lot of parents were like, why would I pay for all this money for hockey equipment when I could put them in soccer and I don't have to worry about helmet and skates and all this gear? So
Yeah.
hockey's gotten too expensive for a lot of people.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been ice skating?
No.
I'm terrible.
You're terrible. it's hard at first. Carrie, do you skate or play hockey or do
I
anything?
used to, when I was young, I used to skate. When I was 4 years old, there was a man who was an Olympic scouting coach. and he saw me skate, and he tried to convince my dad to put me in special lessons so I could join the Olympics someday.
Wow.
And my dad said, "No way, Jose," because he didn't want to have to pay. And I always resented that my dad, I'm not an Olympic skater because my dad didn't want to pay for lessons. But now I very rarely go skating. I'm not that good. But apparently when I was 4, I was really good. Oh, Kevin's sending pictures of the instrument there.
Oh, there it is.
The picture that I sent it to you.
Oh, you sent one too. Yeah.
There you go. Wow.
I always forget how to say it. Well, you guys are really interested in sports and chess. I think you're going to find my hobby really boring. So I weave. Do you know weaving? Where you weave with a weaving machine?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll show you some of the things I've made. I got them here. So I used to have a bunch of different types of looms, and I made scarves. So here's one skinny scarf I made.
Wow.
Right.
Did you make that?
Yeah, I made that, and I made a lot of little tiny belts.
Whoa.
Right.
Oh,
and I'll
cool.
show you how those are made because they're made in a very special way, in a very cheap way. Let me see if I can make sure I'm on the right page and share my screen. So you can make the belt with just a deck of cards.
What?
Yeah. So you see here, he's got a loom, but you don't need a loom for it. And it's called tablet weaving or card weaving. And you take a deck of cards and you punch holes in the cards. So you can see, okay. You can see this is the deck, right? And he's punched holes in it. And all you do, you get the pattern by turning the cards. So you don't need a loom. You could do it against a door knob. And so I made a bunch of belts that way. But I stopped weaving because there's only so many scarves and belts you can make and blankets you can make. And then you run out of, people to give blankets to and scarves to and belts to. So I don't make them anymore because I made too many. I've given so many away over the years. Right.
I want to learn how to weave.
Yeah. Well, card weaving is really fun, right?
Yeah.
And I've had big looms. Let me show you some of the big looms. I used to teach weaving at an art school for students.
Wow.
Let me find you a big loom that I had. Do you have any hobbies, Mike?
Oh, yeah. Well, I like to watch sports.
Oh, yeah.
I watch sports all the time. I used to play a lot of sports when I was younger. Hockey.
Yeah, hockey.
Soccer. Tennis, golf, all those. Now I play soccer very rarely, maybe once a month. I go running a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And something I've kind of gotten into recently, I haven't done it as much. I'll act it out and see if you guys can guess what it is. All right? Like this.
Archery.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I just wanted to show you, these are the picture of the looms that I've used before. Really big floor looms, right? Oh. I actually have one big giant one in storage, my parents' storage. They want me to get out. Anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt, Mike. Go ahead about archery.
No, that's fine. I've gotten into it with my wife, and it's very, very.
Oh, your
fun
wife does it too.
Yeah, she's much better than me. She's
really?
Yeah. Are there any hobbies that you guys would like to do that you haven't tried? Skydiving, bungee jumping.
Well, I want to do bungee jump.
You want to do
really?
bungee?
Yes.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me $1 million to do any of that stuff. I don't like heights, right? And I'm very fretful, and there's no way you could tie me up and throw me off a cliff and let me bounce.
I did it once, but it was because my friends all made me do it. They were all doing it. I didn't want to, but they made me.
And how did you like it?
I hated it. It was so scary.
I hate the Lotte World Viking.
The Viking ship that goes like this?
Yeah.
I
Oh, those
actually
are
like
so-
the Viking because I find it like I know I'm going up and then down. It's not like, the ones where you go upside down. So I don't mind the Viking one. But the secret for the Viking one is to sit in the middle
Yes.
Why?
because you
Because
never
you're not
go up
going-
high. You're always you're always like here, right? My son, he loves roller coasters and he loves scary rides like his dad.
Too.
And one time we were at a amusement park and his dad had to take care of his little brother, so he couldn't go on a scary ride with him. So he convinced me to go on this scary ride and he was loving it. And I was screaming the whole time, but I was holding onto his hand like this. So usually the little kid holds the mom's hand, but here he was holding my hand.
I want to travel a lot when I grow up.
Where?
That's
Where
exciting.
do you want to go?
Like Europe, America, and Philippines, Thailand, because I'm very interested in country guidebooks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because I lived in Japan,
Okay.
so I traveled a lot there with my dad.
Okay. How old were you when you lived in Japan?
5 years old to 7 years old.
Mm-hmm. That's exciting. If you come to Toronto is where I live. Have you heard of Toronto?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Canada. I only know Toronto.
Right. So in Toronto is a very special city. It's the most multicultural city in the world. Over 50% of the people live here were not born in Canada, right?
Wow.
So we have
Wow.
people from every country in the world. So we have a big Korean population. So we have a neighborhood called Koreatown, and you could go and all the signs are in Korean. You go to another place, Chinatown, all the signs are in Chinese. We have an Ethiopian town. We have all sorts of little villages of different cultures. So every day, if you want to meet or know about a new culture, all you have to do is go across the street and talk to somebody new from a new country.
Wow.
I lived in Little Portugal, so there was lots of really good Portuguese food.
Wow.
And it wasn't far from Koreatown, so anytime I wanted to have Korean food, I could just walk 15 minutes to Koreatown.
Ooh.
Right. So if you want to know a lot of cultures all at once, come to Toronto.
Very interesting.
And what do you want to do, Ryan, when you grow up in terms of hobbies?
I want to. I don't know. Like, I want to be like a famous
Famous
Mhm.
for what though? Singing?
science.
Like,
Oh,
you wanna be a
wow.
scientist. Like Elon Musk or whatever. Yeah.
What kind of science are you interested in? Space or chemistry or?
like I like chemistry and like the Newton like I forgot the name. Like the person who was like Newton.
Oh, so you like to invent things and
Yes.
come up with theories. Right. That's pretty exciting. I have a friend who's an astrophysicist. So she's
What's
someone who
that?
studies physics, an astrophysicist. So somebody like Stephen Hawking was an astrophysicist.
Yes. I want to be an astrophysicist.
Right. That's exciting. She's super, super smart. One of the smartest people I know. Right. Mm. I wish I had some exciting hobbies like you guys. I don't play sports. I hate sports. My dad was obsessed with sports. All he did was watch sports games, read the sports newspaper. He's 70 and he plays hockey 3 times a week.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's an old guy on skates, but they say he's really fast.
Wow.
And because he was so obsessed with sports, every time I came home, there was the hockey game on or the football game on or the soccer game on. It made me lose interest. Right. It was too much sports in my house. Mike, do you have any hobbies that if you had unlimited money or time that you would do?
Whew. I don't know. I would love to travel, like Jay said. What else? I don't know. So where I live, there's this beautiful big river, and a lot of people like to go either whitewater rafting down it or kayaking down it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really wanted to be a kayaker because I thought it would be great to go down the river. But I've taken a couple lessons and I'm really bad at it.
Oh, okay.
It will be for me. And I get kind of scared in the water. So it was a little much, but I like to go down the nice calm parts, not where there's big white water.
I have a funny. Oh, go ahead.
Last winter, I went to Guam,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I love to kayak to the other island in the ocean.
Nice.
So you went sea kayaking.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Was it really hot? Oh,
nice,
good.
Was it nice and calm, or was the water kind of wavy?
The Guam Island was here,
Yeah.
and the other island is here.
Okay.
And here it's very
Choppy?
Wavy? Yeah, choppy.
yeah, waving, and here's a bit waving, bit
calm?
Calm.
Did you
I
ever
have- go ahead.
tip over?
And
I
No,
once
that's
tipped
okay.
over.
Wow.
In what? On a
I
kayak?
went to Philippines, yes. And
Wow.
I went to a hotel, but the hotel there was a sea, and on the sea there was the hotel, and there's the restaurant and something like that. And if we want to go to the restaurant or swimming pool, we have to ride the kayak to go to the restaurant, because
Really?
yes, there's a hotel room and there's the restaurant here. So it was good. And
That's
the
pretty
swimming
cool.
pool was very good.
Oh, that's great. I have a funny kayaking story. I like kayaking, but I've only done it on calm water, not on choppy water. So I don't know how to do it on choppy water. But we were camping one time, and my ex-husband and my brother were trying to fish. And all day they were trying to catch fish, and they didn't catch a single fish. And I got in a kayak and I was saying, I'm going to go to the other side of the river. And I was kayaking along, and I saw, when people fish, there's a bobbin and it floats in the water.
Yes.
And so I was like, I'm going to kayak all the way to this fishing bobbin that's by that tree. So I went all the way, and I was going to bring back the bobbin as a reward. When I picked up the bobbin, it had a live fish attached to a hook. And so I tied it to my kayak, and I slowly went back, and I got to the shore, and my ex-husband and brother were there. And I said, did you guys catch any fish yet? And they said, no fish, no luck today. And I said, well, look what I caught. And they were so mad that I caught a fish while kayaking, but it was a cheat.
But
Well,
did you think that it was a cheat?
It was a cheat because I didn't actually catch it. It was just floating there in the water, right? I didn't actually fish and catch a fish. So
Yeah.
I just found it. Anyways, go ahead.
I used to go fishing with my dad all the time, and we were so bad at it. My mom said we couldn't call it fishing anymore because there weren't any fish involved. So we had to say we were going polling every time we went.
That's hilarious.
I think we're running out of time here, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
It's
for coming.
a great discussion.
Yes.
Okay. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Yeah, see.
Bye-bye.